Welcome to Boise, Idaho, where fans describe a home game in one way. We get them on the blue, and that typically means trouble for anyone who tangles with the Boise State Broncos. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see, the number 3 team in the country, the Virginia Tech Hokies, taking on the 17th ranked team in the land, the Boise State Broncos. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Broncos will kick it away first. The returner's going to try to see what he can get. Not a chance he lets that one go. He's bringing it out. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Getting set for first down. Out of the gun, the inside give. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. He's looking to throw. He'll try to do it himself. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
This is why everybody grows up and wants to be an offensive coordinator and not a defensive coordinator, because he can do that. He drops back. He's supposed to pass, but you know what? I'll just scramble around, and I'll just go get plenty of yards and pick him up and put him down, and I'm faster than most of your other guys, too, so good luck stopping him.
He's looking to throw it, and he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. This time he's got his man. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, but still short of the first down.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
They'll try to move the chains on 3rd and short from the 25. Calls his own number. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Man, that quarterback can go. Just another guy in another system all across college football. All quarterbacks nowadays, they got so much speed, it's ridiculous.
Man, I'm telling you, that has to be exhausting for the defensive lineman trying to chase down guys like that.
It's silly because even when it's a design play and it's a design run like here, fine. But then it's scramble plays and then it's passing plays. He's always a runner. Just exhausting.
There's always that issue of conference pride, of keeping up, of proving your worth on this stage, and the ACC loves to get a chance at the SEC to do just that.
And these kids grow up in the same area. And you don't think the ACC teams hear all the time, SEC, about the dominance, the draft picks, all the stuff that goes with it. It definitely adds some of that fire. It makes you want to beat them more. I love these big-time games.
Yeah, they really do, David. And I think this is one of those games where if you're the ACC team and your players in that locker room, you've had this game circled all off-season. This game is your opportunity to prove, not just to your conference, not just to the SEC, but to everybody in college football, just how good you are as a team and how good your conference is.
Gets it out fast. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Well, it's a nice-looking throw right there, and I'll tell you what, for Hokie quarterbacks in the past, it's not all about just hurting you with their legs. Michael Vick could kill you throwing the football. Tyrod Taylor could do it. How about this name? Jim Drunkenmiller. You can just see him right now dotting an 18-yard dig route. That's a nice-looking throw. That gives me some Drunkenmiller vibes, Pollock.
He'll get rid of it. He makes the catch. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
Running back searching for a hole. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
After losing yardage, it's 2nd and 12. The give on the inside. They're there to stop him at the 21 after a pickup of 2.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
11th play of this opening drive coming up at this one, a 3rd and long. Here's the snap, looking to throw. And the diving catch down the right side.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
And the Hokies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. With jet sweep pass. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the inside.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. From the gun, wants to pass. He wants it all. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Virginia Tech.
I think a lot of people probably expected to see that, right? They're playing on the road, and you know this is going to be a hostile environment, but they've got the better players, and we've seen that before, and there was no hesitation. Opening drive, they go right down the field, they score a touchdown, they made a statement.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Returner will field it and try to get some field position. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down. After the misfire, now on 2nd down. to the ground with the back. Bulls his way forward. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
Quick pass on the fly motion. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter.
Loses 2. Brings up second down. That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Virginia Tech 7, Boise State 0.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big gain now, but down the road, third, fourth quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
Now facing a 3rd and long. He's got it. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
And the Broncos are moving quickly down the field. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. It's complete. They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a 1st and goal. They'll immediately call timeout. Now on 1st and goal as they try to answer that opener with a touchdown of their own. Quarterback Steve trying to power his way ahead for a few. The Broncos want to crank the tempo. Off the play fake. Looking for the score. And he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity, but it's incomplete.
And that is a huge missed opportunity for the quarterback. You've got your guy wide open in the end zone. You're not under pressure. You just got to hit him. That ball got away, and that's one he'd like to have back.
So they got nothing on the last play. Here's 3rd and goal from the 1. He's got his man. Touchdown, Boise State. A great catch and run for 6. Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front there. Physical, skilled players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last one.
And he made the extra point without problem. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19.
Will take over. First and 10.
And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer it, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
To the ground, he's got it again. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays, but sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well, but if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
Dialing up a second down pass play. Makes the grab. It's Yoder. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
Lining up to convert third down. This is a designed run. And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here. This is the absolute right call. They're going for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Complete out of the backfield. On the move at the 30. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. The Hokies will snap it on 1st and 10. The give to the tailback. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
I know the passing game sells and the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. He leaves it with his back. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on 2nd down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up 3rd and long, and now you're set up to fail.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Snap it to the back. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the 1st down.
And that's got to feel good if you're the offense, because third down has been a bit of a problem all season long, but you love the way they're executing at this point, finding ways to keep the chains moving.
And the Hokies have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. It's complete on the right side. Touchdown, Hokies! Made the snag and strolled his way into the end zone.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. And he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Toledo is trailing right now, but let's be honest. The program that turned out Bruce Gradkowski should never be counted out of any game. They're trailing by 10 to Bowling Green. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. He makes the connection. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
Making a play like that to open the drive can really get the momentum going. 1st down from the 43. They'll go to the ground. At the 45 on its way. They make the stop, and this running game moves the chains as they get the 1st down. And the Broncos headed quickly to the line. They're going to go right back to him on 1st down. Gets him on the ground at the 28, but not before a big 10-yard pickup. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half.
But right away after picking up a 1st down, they go right back to their playmaker and running back. And I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on 1st down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they
unleashes one deep. To the end zone, and it's picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And that's why as quarterbacks you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching it. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
Running out of time here in the 1st half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Using his legs, it's Yoder. Never underestimate the power of moving forward and creating breathing room as they mark it at the 17. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Hokies will kick it away first, and we'll start the 2nd half. He'll call for the fair catch here. The Bronco offense back out there ready to give it another spin. Tight game as we start the 3rd quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
and getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big.
Going to take a shot at this DB. And this will be caught at the 30. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
This guy's gotten off to a good statistical start, guys. With that last completion, he's already now over 1,000 passing yards on the season. And, man, you know he's looking for more.
They dialed up the perfect call, splendid execution. Now they've got it threatening. 1st and 10 from the 27. On the option. He'll toss it. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
It leads to 2nd down.
The Broncos have pushed it inside the 20. They go to the ground. And he gets the 1st down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the 1st down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that 1st down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Pulled down after a pickup of 3. Ball's at the 13. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Got his man quickly. Touchdown Broncos! Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone. A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I'll tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target. They'll make the big play, get the touchdown.
And they did make the extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the 3rd. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. They'll try the right side. Got room at the 35. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
Well, the defense knew coming into this one, Reese, that this team was going to try to use their speed and take advantage of it, and they did right there. Nice gain on the run play to the right.
Found plenty of running room in that defense. They've got to find a way to get there, make the tackle in the open field.
Yeah, and they got to do a good job with their eyes, finding the football, and they've got to get a lot of bodies to this guy because he is fast.
They'll ride the hot hand. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
I love this linebacker because he's able to dissect what's happening in front of him, and he reacts downhill, uses his speed to get to the line of scrimmage and create the negative play.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Timeout called by the defense. It's their 1st of the half as they'll make some adjustments. Now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Trying to get to it. He's going to take off. They get him on the ground. Didn't see anything downfield, but made a little something out of it.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down. And the Hokies will try to pin them back with the punt. Finally sending out a punter in this one. Got to make sure they earn their letter. Gets off his first one of the day. He was called on 5 times in the victory last week. He's got great speed. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. Boise State ready to send out that offense. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
Lost 5 on that first play, and now it's 2nd and 15. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. Makes a connection. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
Well, a play like that's going to force the defense to second-guess whether they want to play man-to-man coverage against guys with speed like that. One-on-one to the perimeter, you run the go route, quarterback puts a ton of air under it, and they come up with a huge play.
Here comes the option. He'll toss it. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Broncos! They take the lead with the 6.
Speed kills this offense. They've got multiple guys that can burn you. You can see it doesn't take them long to light up the scoreboard.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Auburn is lighting up the scoreboard right now thanks to a dazzling offensive display. They're up 14 over Cincinnati. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. About to get another look at this Hokie offense. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Quick completion to the right. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
Love the decision-making by the quarterback there on the RPO play. Defense took everything away deep down the field, so just check it down, get it to your guy in the right flat, and let him go get yards.
Looking for that first down on 3rd and short from the 28. He is going nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, Boise State 21, Virginia Tech 14.
It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Makes the grab down the left side. Hit the gas, kid, wide open ahead. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. You got to figure something out. You got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
Reads it, fires complete. At the 40, there he goes. Really nice job there by both guys, the throw and the catch, to work that defense and get the 1st down.
I'll tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and receiver. They look like they could execute that throw in their sleep. The quarterback took his steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. They'll give it to the back. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Got a little work done on 1st down. Now back to the line. On 2nd down, wants to throw it. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Touchdown, Boise State! And with that, they move out front here in the 4th. They'll try to tack one more on their score. The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the finisher coming on a touchdown pass from 52 yards out. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. Comes out throwing on 1st down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Flanagan. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
It's really hard when you get in those predictable situations. Defenses are sitting on the sticks. Receivers have to understand where that 1st down marker is. Heads up play, nose for the 1st down marker. Get in there and get it.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. Touch pass on the right. Breaks the tackle. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
He's tackled at the 31. Second down coming up.
Kept it on the ground on first down, now back to the line. He's going to pass on second down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And finally the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there, but on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls in.
On third and long, try to convert through the air. Fires left. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
After that incompletion, fourth and long now on your own side of the field, you're trailing in the fourth quarter. What's your go-to play call here in the passing game? Where is the matchup that you trust in to come up with a big one to give yourself a chance to stay alive and win this game?
Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. And here we go, down a score. They'll go for it on fourth down. And you want to know what impact home field advantage can have? There it is. The offense will walk it back. Down a possession here in the fourth, and they'll need to convert on this fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Incomplete on fourth down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
And listen, obviously, at this area of the field, it's a question, it's a debate whether or not you go for that on fourth down. At the end of the day, though, I think this coach believes in his own playmakers, and he's got guys on offense that he feels can make a play in that type of situation, and he's got confidence in him. That time they weren't able to come up with it. Curious to see what this guy does if they're in a similar situation as this game moves on.
The give, and tick, 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 tick. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Broncos! As they push that lead out, a really good opportunity to get back in the win column.
And this is why you consistently run the football. A steady diet because you can break the long touchdown runs. Nice job breaking through the line of scrimmage, outrunning the rest, getting in for a long touchdown.
And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the fourth. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Texas stomped a mud hole en route to a double-digit win, and they did it outside of Austin City limits. That speaks to the way this coach has galvanized this team and the direction this program is headed. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on third down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
He'll come out throwing on first down. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, The guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
On second down, wants to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. And the quarterback is snowed under. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we see miracles in college football all of the time, and they could use one here. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Quarterback strolling away from heat. Here's a throw downfield late. And it's caught inside the 25.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Blasted as he lets it go. This is caught for the late touchdown, so let's not put this one to bed.
Yeah, and that's step one. Great job by this offense getting in the end zone. Now you got to go get the stop. You got to get the football back. You got to find a way to do something to create a turnover, get an onside, to get the football back, to get back in this football game.
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. The AT unit on the field. They tack on the extra point, and they're down a touchdown, 35-28. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the scoring play comes on a touchdown pass from 22 yards out. They're sending out the regular kickoff unit. I know they've got a couple of timeouts, but I don't think there's enough time on the clock to pass on the onside kick. Fair catch called for and made. Ready to give it another spin. Guys, you want to be productive here and not go into a shell, but you've got to take care of the ball.
Yeah, and I think you say productive, Reese. Productive at this point in the game is running the clock and getting first down. So, Jesse, I can expect this defense to be aggressive, way up near the line of scrimmage, bringing a bunch of bodies, trying to stop the run.
And that's why it puts a lot of pressure on an offense, David, because you know if you do try to throw the football, it's probably man coverage. You're probably getting blitzed. It's going to be into a small window. It is not easy to execute in this situation of the game.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Linebackers have such an amazing responsibility. Got to play run, got to play pass. How about this? Seeing the run aggressively, getting downhill, and getting in the backfield and making a tackle for a loss.
It's complete to the left. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
I mean, sometimes you overthink it. Sometimes running the football on 3rd and short with the lead is not the worst thing in the world. Keep that clock ticking. But now decided to go for it, setting up a fourth down. And this looks like a situation where you should punt the football.
And the Broncos will punt this one away. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. And the returner will be dragged down. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. To the air on first down. He's taking a deep shot. He's got it down the right side. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Going up top on first down. Makes the grab over the middle. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious.
And as a quarterback, when you're throwing these slant routes against man coverage, location is so important. You want to put the football in a place that your receiver can catch the ball and continue advancing. So nice job by that QB, putting the football right on the face mask of his wide receiver.
And here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. Fires downfield. Finds a man on the right. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6. Just like that, a hat trick of completions, and they're on the doorstep.
3 plays, 3 beautifully executed plays. This offense is in a really good rhythm. This defense better change something quickly because this has been way too easy.
And he tried to string out that run, but there was nowhere to turn it upfield, and he's forced out of bounds for a loss.
Well, right now, the offense obviously needs better plays than that. They took a negative play, but at least the good news is they got out of bounds, so they're able to stop the clock. They've got to dial something up here that's going to get a big play.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Going for 6. And he really wanted to get the touchdown there, but it's incomplete.
This really has been a masterclass by the quarterback with decision-making, right? We've already seen him throw multiple touchdown passes in the game. He's understood when to take his shots and when to throw it away when things aren't there, like on that last play.
If they can get it in here, we could have a thrilling end to this game. It is 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Into the end zone. And the pass is caught for a touchdown. And it looks as if we could be headed to overtime.
And they desperately needed that touchdown. Now it's miracle time. We got to kick this onside kick and somehow find a way to boot a long field goal and maybe win this thing at the buzzer.
And they'll try to win it right here with the 2-point conversion, and this crowd is electric trying to stop them. They'll go to the air. He's got it. They convert the 2, and they take the lead here in the 4th. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finish it off by connecting from 10 yards out. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. First down for this offense. From the gun, looking for a man. They get to him as he throws. And the pass is incomplete, and the ball game is over, and this will be a game of what might have been. When we get to the offseason and they start having coaching clinics, they're going to roll this game tape back to show both offenses.
Dial it up and let it run. I mean, that's essentially what we saw in this game. It didn't matter what either offensive coordinator was calling. Everything seemed to work through throwing the football in the intermediate passing game, the RPOs, the run game, David. This was just clinical offensive football.
And offenses have evolved so much. They can do so many different things, and they know how to use their playmakers, get speed and space, make those big plays. So that's why offenses are ahead of defenses in this game. It was no different.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis.